Hi, I'm Hans Wilhelm. I am an animal and pet lover, as some of you may know from my various book series that feature pets. In this video, I want to share with you what Liobani, a teaching angel from the Absolute Reality, has told us about animals and in particular pets. How we better connect with them, how we can better understand them, and so much more. If you have a pet or intend to have a pet, you may not want to miss this video. Let's firstly look at the bigger picture. What are animals? They are stages of the divine evolutionary process. Strictly speaking, they are our little brothers and sisters on their way to become pure spirit beings, like you and I are in the being of our soul. As you have seen in my video all about animals, it started with a spiritual atom which has been stimulated by the Creator God and which then evolves into the manifestations of the mineral kingdom, then the plant kingdom, then the animal kingdom, nature beings, until they grow up as a pure spirit being. This evolutionary process does not take place here on earth, but only in the absolute reality during cycles of eons. So why are all these evolving nature kingdoms here also on earth with us in the temporal reality? Because they are here out of love for us, because we could not exist without these nature kingdoms, particularly the animal kingdom. Remember what Einstein said: if the bee disappeared off the surface of the globe, man would have only 4 years of life left. And then there is also the tremendous joy and comfort we get from animals, particularly our pets, who may be the closest animals to us. The spiritual world tells us that all animals are looking up to us, as they are totally aware that we are their bigger brother or sister of the light. One of the most powerful ways to deepen our connection with our pets is to try to see the world through their eyes. For instance, how would we feel if we were confined to cages, chained up, or locked away? Have we ever wondered what our pets actually see when they look at us with their trusting, beautiful eyes? They don't just see our body. They perceive the radiation of our aura, which I have explained in a special video. Our aura is the expression of our present character. As a corona, it flows around our body and reflects in pictures our behavior patterns, our consciousness level, beliefs, illnesses and intentions, and much, much more. Every picture has, among other things, a specific scent. It is the odor of the body that the animals include in their perception. These so-called scent pictures of people show the animal who they have before them, what the person thinks, for instance, what he is like, and what he may ask of them, or how he might treat them. It is helpful to remember that our pets deserve the same gentleness and respect we expect for ourselves. When we are sound asleep, we wouldn't appreciate someone yanking off the covers and barking, "Get up, out you go!" The same courtesy applies to our animals. If you need to wake your pet because it must come with you, start by gently stroking its coat a few times. As soon as it stirs, speak in a calm voice while forming clear mental images, picturing where you are going, why you are going there, and how you would like the animal to behave. For example, before a shopping trip, visualize the route, the storefronts, and the expected conduct inside the shop. Do the same ahead of a vet visit or before guests arrive. These pictorial words create a kind of scent image your pet can pick up, understand, and then orients itself. As we probably suspect, not every person has a bright light and pure aura. Most people's auras are filled with human baggage, negative thoughts, worries, fears, judgments, rejections, and more. This energy field surrounds our body and can powerfully affect those who come physically close to us. That's why we often instinctively pull away from people who radiate negativity. But because our pets love us deeply, they often follow us into bed and want to sleep close to our bodies. But can we recognize that the constant exposure to our human energies, our pain, sorrow, and emotional burdens may negatively affect them and even distort their pure animal nature? Liobani encourages us to consider not letting our pets sleep in the same room. However, we can leave the door slightly ajar so that they don't feel completely separated from us. In her revelation, Liobani, the teaching angel, reminds us that all animals deserve the same respect and goodwill that we expect for ourselves. When we cuddle our pets like toys or speak to them in baby talk, we often forget that they too wish to be taken seriously, just like we want to be taken seriously. If we approach our pets with genuine humility, we may think twice before dressing them in silly costumes, an act that can feel disrespectful to their dignity and true nature. Animals don't believe in things like Halloween. When we open our hearts, it can be painful to see how many pets, like cats and dogs, are kept alone in houses or apartments, often left to languish in boredom and loneliness. Just like us, animals long for connection and companionship with their own kind. Wouldn't it be wonderful if one day no animal had to live alone in a home, but instead shared its life with another animal of the same kind? Ever wondered why solitary dogs obsessively sniff house corners, blades of grass, trees, bushes, and stones? They are searching for traces of another dog, a way to connect and communicate because they feel lonely. The same goes for cats. As Liobani explains, if cats had companions of their own kind to play with, they wouldn't feel the need to hunt as many mice and birds just to play with them in ways that often turn into cruel torment. Animals are highly sensitive and intelligent beings. They remember who treats them with kindness and who despises or mistreats them. For example, people who consume the meat of other creatures emit a certain effluvium, a certain scent that animals can detect. This dead animal odor is not just a warning signal for them, it can trigger fear and in some cases even cause panic or aggression. For the well-being of the animal and the human caregiver, Liobani suggests to consider living with animals, like pets, only when we firstly live in peace with all human beings and are largely well balanced. Why does Liobani say that? If we are emotionally balanced, we won't feel the need to lean on our little animal brothers and sisters for comfort, using them as silent witnesses to our tears, bitterness, longings, self-pity, frustrations, or quarrels. Why is this harmful to the animal? Because our pets absorb these emotional burdens and distortions of the human ego, and over time, their pure noble nature can become affected, even deformed. When we approach animals, and particularly our pets, with reverence, we connect with their essence and establish a true friendship with them. Animals love community with people whom they can trust. They will prove themselves to be dependable friends, animal brothers and sisters of cosmic intelligence, that is, with an awareness that is far beyond the intellect of human ignorance. Therefore, it is important for us to be earnest and straightforward with our pets. With their pure sensation, they see us as their big brother or sister of the light. They sense everything what we feel, think, speak, do, or put into the atmosphere. And finally, let's remember that these ties of deep friendship do not end. Chances are that we will meet our beloved pets again when we will leave this world behind.
This was only a small excerpt from this amazing little book called You the Animal, You the Human Being, which has higher values, by Liobani, given to us as a revelation through Gabriele. This book is available in many different languages. The book also covers much more, like What is the perfect diet for our pet? What happens when our pet suddenly becomes aggressive? Why do dogs and cats sometimes fight? The special needs of fish in aquariums, and so much more, all from a higher spiritual perspective. A link to this book I will put beneath this video. I will also put a link to my video all about animals, which goes much deeper into this subject. I really enjoyed having been with you today again, and don't forget to rate this video, and if you wish, subscribe, and then we will meet again in my next video.